I mean, some people find puppets quite creepy. One time that we opened the curtains to start the show, and a kid who I know was like, no, no, no. And I tried to be like, holding the strings, I'm just a puppet. Like, don't worry, I'm just a toy that's come to life. And then you're like, oh, that is actually quite creepy. And also, not many people are doing puppetry these days, so there's quite a lot of scope to, you're not going to tread on anyone's toes. I mean, if you look up and down our street and look at relatively boring houses and wonder what people are up to, I don't think many of them are doing puppetry. I think it's not very usual, no. With the main character, Paloma, like, she actually looks a little bit like my grandma. It's about Paloma passing away, and so I do kind of think about my grandparents a bit in her. It's a underappreciated source of entertainment. Everyone loves puppets, and I guess there's probably like maybe 50 or 100 puppeteers in New Zealand. Like, that's a guess. I'm not really sure, but there's not that many, so it's nice to be a part of that. So yeah, I'll show you guys the puppets that are in here. Mind your head. I'm a little bit worried that there have been some rats actually. A little bit worried that they've got into this rat poos. So a problematic character, but yeah, she's a treat. She's a crowd favourite actually, because everything goes wrong with her. Do any of you guys have a vape on you? My colleague Ben normally does the vaping, but you kind of pull that up and then you can just, if you breathe the vape in, this is old father time.
You know, he's very posh, really. I mean, he really talks like that through the nasal capacity. Retirement, you say? Good God, sounds like a good deal to me.
Ta-da! Hello, it's Klaus. It's sort of talking like that. It's very, very exciting. Very exciting to be filming the documentary for the film school. Yes? No? In some ways, it's going through a quiet period, and that it used to be everywhere. It used to be in New Zealand. It used to be in schools a lot. I think it's just like the digital aspect of everything. Like, probably it's the way that most people see art these days is shared online, as opposed to going to places to see it. So yeah, it's quite a lot of effort to go to just share it online. It's really got to be performed to a crowd.
Right, so, what can I say? I've been grim reaping since the dawn of humanity itself. I don't know.
I think the amount of puppet shows are decreasing. I don't think less people are probably into it because of that, but when you do perform it, people really like it. And I think there's probably, in the same way that people like getting into buying records instead of MP3s, there's probably always going to be a bit of a nostalgic appeal. Oh, there's some incredible ones online. It's just not the same. I mean, you've seen it with so much stuff in lockdown. People try and perform stuff for staying at home audiences, and sometimes the magic doesn't translate onto the screen. There's such a nice energy in a crowd, and especially like when somebody is particularly into it, you get somebody with a huge laugh, or a kid who's trying to point at the strings and saying like, I know how this is working. You guys don't understand. There's a guy up there and he's pulling all the strings. There's a kind of joviality to the crowd. It's been around since forever, like probably before ancient Greece. I think people bringing stories to life with physical objects is just it's probably not far behind making fire. It's just something that people do. Really early form of art, and it will probably keep going.